Tatjana Kiel, I'm very, very happy to have you here talking about your book. And I have it with me. It's called Face the Challenge and discover the power of will and yourself. So I think it can't be better from the topic, and I will unfold it now. So um, I will look into it. It's really nice, and I think it's a part of also reading, no? Or of book that book should be an experience you unfold by yourself. So I'm doing it now like this here. So this is a book, and there comes Tatjana. Um, Tatjana Kiel is a leadership coach and the CEO of Klitschko Ventures with a background in communications and business strategy. You've worked closely with Wladimir Klitschko to develop programs and tools that help individuals and organizations thrive under pressure. So your passion for guiding leaders to achieve their potential stems from your belief in the transformative power of resilience and mental strength helps a lot for having this book, right?
Yes.
So, Tatjana, what was the journey of this book? How has it started? Was there a kind of click where you said one morning, "Oh, I just have to write this book," or was there a meeting? What was so the clicking point?
I mean, obviously, it was not just, or it's not just my book, it's our book, but
Mhm.
no, it was a process. I think everything mostly is. I think we wanted to tell the stories of Vladimir, what he learned in his boxing career, and we wanted to build bridges to everyone who wants to understand how he dealt in special situations.
Mhm.
I think the most important thing we have to understand is that these sport personalities, they do so many things intrinsic because they learned um, they learned not how to put it out, how they do it. They learn it because they build new routines and they get better and better on an everyday basis. And to
Mhm.
get these things out is was the most horrible part of it all because it was very hard to ask, why did he do that? Yeah, but okay, but
Yeah.
why and how? And he would look sometimes at us and would say, "What? Why are you asking me all these questions? That's stupid. I don't know. I just do it." Um, and I think this was one of my precious moment in the situation where I
Mhm.
realized Vladimir really wants to give his best that everyone can learn from it. I mean,
Mhm.
it's so easy to say, I'm a role model and you can take this, this, and this, and then you just do this and this, and then,
Mhm.
you know, it's done. It's not. It's very, very hard to really understand what you can learn from other people, and you really have to dig deep, deep, and to see that some people are willing to do that and are open to do it and are intelligent enough to do that because it's
Mhm.
also a decision of do I want it or not, and can I really talk about it or
Mhm.
can I not? So I think the tipping point was that we understood that we want to have a career after the career, and
Mhm.
that we understood that for that you need another topic because he never said I want to be a boxing trainer or I want to be a commentator. Yeah, but that is mostly what happens, right? So he
Mhm.
wanted to have a second stage where he could find himself telling what he learned,
Uh-huh.
and then get into the conversation and talking to people he likes and giving them advice, but not advice as saying tips, but what he learned and how they could learn
Mhm.
from that too.
Yeah, and
Uh,
I think it's great because I mean your idea that you put to translate this discipline, strategy, and resilience from his athletic life into lessons for leadership and personal growth, and put it together with your expertise on turning abstract concepts into actionable frameworks. This is a great combination, I think, to combine this first-hand experience of overcoming obstacles with this and with your talent of inspiring people to face fear, embrace discomfort, and emerge stronger because of exactly that, right?
yes, I think it's we wanted to scale it. to be
Mm-hmm.
honest. Vladimir on stage, I mean, I'm talking before Corona and before the war, right? I mean, that
Mm-hmm.
makes it even stronger now, seeing how he handled the situations in war times, deciding to stay with his brother. It's a decision you make once in your lifetime, right? And
Mm-hmm.
it's a decision that shows how much he says faced the challenge. You
Mm-hmm.
can run away, but the question is, where do you go then? And what does it make with you? Or you can face the challenge and say, okay, this is the decision I do. And then I will figure out the rest of it and the consequences. I do understand that I could die and so on. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and, you know, to scale it, it was literally important for us to understand how we can transport these learnings because
Yeah.
coming from the sport world, there were so many consequences, so hard, we don't face them. And obviously, that is a good thing. Um, but how can we transport them so someone else, like building
Yeah.
bridges, you know, what can I learn from it? So that is how we scaled it. He could talk with many people, and he could be on stages talking in front of many people, but
Mm-hmm.
he would just touch them for a moment, give inspiration for
Yeah.
moments or months, but not for a longer time. And that's why he said, I want to have more. I want to leave something in this world that helps people to grow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. And for the listeners, maybe, or for the people listening us and seeing also me, when I was smiling when you said, Tatjana, that some just going a trainer or a commentator, I mean, the ones who know about Wladimir Klitschko, I don't need to tell this, but I mean, Wladimir Klitschko has always been not only renowned for his physical dominance in the ring, but also for his intellectual pursuits and disciplined approach, and of course also having a PhD. I mean, this is really that's so great to put this polls together and to be able to translate it. Um, and I tried when I read this book to translate also on my own. So what I think, what are 7 tips I would see from the book? And please correct me,
Mhm,
Tatjana, if you think that the tips should be different or I forget something. I will start, okay? And please
mhm,
interrupt me also. So I thought first adopt a challenge management mindset. So see challenges as opportunities um, rather and grow rather than obstacles.
mhm,
And then second, I thought embrace fear. So that fear is not a weakness, but that this is something which is a natural response, which is a part of our life.
mhm,
And then that we develop emotional resilience. What is sometimes hard if we see as a kids that we have to cultivate ability to adapt and stay grounded if the situations get high pressured.
mhm,
And then the fourth is set clear goals that we have to not work just through the day as if it's something which happens to us, but that we define what success looks for me and create actionable steps for that and give us a road, clear path. And then we have to learn from the failure, not the German culture that if you have a failure, hide it and
mhm.
don't talk about it.
And we do know that people who have or who achieve
Mhm.
goals,
Mhm.
the one way or the other, are much happier and satisfied than the others.
It's interesting that you're saying that. I had this morning, I just listened to a radio show, and there people could call when a song was played and just saying who was the interpreter. And I called a guy, and then they said, "Oh, I think there rings a bell with your name." He said, "Yes, yes, yes. I think I have been 30 times or more in your radio show." Was just telling the names. And they said, "Oh, how does it come?" And he said, "Oh, I don't work anymore. I've been
Mhm,
working anymore for 10 years." And he sounded with a very young voice. And then they said, "Oh, but what are you doing?" "Oh, calling here." Ah, okay. And so what is your highlight of the day? Oh, this is the highlight of my day. Ah, okay. Okay.
yeah, and it's a small success, right? Talking to someone and then being right is a good thing.
exactly, and winning because of this money or a voucher for something to buy or whatever. So this is um, his small goal.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and then prioritize self-discipline. I mean, I I figured out by myself I was very self-disciplined because I was playing the piano, doing
Hmm.
sports, and some people said you can't relax. But for me, the self-discipline was something which guided me through really hard times. I sometimes think that people need a bit more of that.
And relaxing can be active or passive. You
Exactly.
know, nobody tells you that you have to, that your relaxation is lying in bed and doing nothing. Relaxation means for many people to do
Yeah.
something actively that calms their mind. And,
Exactly.
yeah.
This is so important. And also, I mean, I have the gift now to talking to you, and I've started years ago, and that was what I liked also from the book. Surround yourself with supportive people.
Mhm.
Try to eliminate other people which are always talking bad against you. This is bad. Okay, think about this and that. You are
Mhm.
instead of looking at themselves, right?
Uh, I mean, that's what I said. I think it's one of the most horrible things to talk about people who are not in the room when it's negative. I don't
Exactly.
I don't like that. And it's again, it's also a decision to say, I don't want you to talk about this person when it's not in the room. And I think you talked about fear, you I mean, we always think fear is a big thing and it's a big animal and it's dangerous and it's eating us. Actually, it's not. You can learn how to cope with fear because if you
Yeah.
once have the feeling in your stomach something is wrong, then you have to change it. And
Mhm.
this is fear, right? That tells you, oh, something is not good. And it also just can be a small thing like you feel that talking to a colleague would be good because something is wrong.
Yeah.
And go into this fear and face that makes it much easier when you have done it 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Then the next time you are not nervous or anxious anymore.
That's right. That's a good tip. And I mean, I have to say, I like also, therefore, how the book is built, that you have also these small quotes from Vladimir combined within the infographics together that you can really easy translate.
Mhm.
And I had also one quote of the book, which I think which fits very well. Fear is the first step towards courage. It's what you do with it that matters. I mean, this is what you are saying, right? I
Right.
mean, we shouldn't say fear go away. I don't want to have you, and just having it in our subconsciousness, always
Hmm.
being around us.
Nagging. Hmm.
Exactly. And I mean, I we have now a few minutes left, and I'm getting really a bit confused because I wish I could read the whole book here. And but I think maybe I can read a small minute of this book because it is so great and I would love to share a bit. So, Tatjana, would you ask me to read focus, agility, coordination, or endurance? I think all I don't get now, but
What about focus and endurance?
okay. So, focus, self reflection. What do you want? Turning off and accessing skills at the flip of a switch. Wladimir Klitschko is a master at focusing on the essentials. This chapter shows how we keep calm and find clarity about ourselves, our true motivations, our deepest convictions. This 100% concentration helps us to answer the question of who we really are. Only when we know this we are able to define what we want. The second important question is where is our personal challenge zone and where are we heading? We will answer these questions and visualize our goal. And we also show what happens if we do not reach our goal. Nothing in life is without consequences. And endurance, self discipline. How do you keep going? I can force myself if I have to. Vladimir Klitschko's work ethic is legendary and has played a crucial role in his success. So, discipline and developing habits help us to keep, as it since, performing on autopilot, save energy and time. But perseverance also means that you keep going no matter what. Becoming a champion is different from staying a champion. We keep going, even if we experience defeat along the way. Failures are the best teachers. So I would love to read more. Maybe we can find another chance to doing there, and I would love to continue talking with you. Thank you very, very much, Tatjana, to staying with us here. Staying with us here, that we can show a little bit from the book, which is really making sense to read, especially in times like this. So it was great that you all stayed with us here, and I hope that you all have taken something away for yourself. Has perhaps piqued your curiosity and interest enough to want to read the book or give it as a present. And don't hesitate to get involved here. Your voice is valued, and together we can make a difference. Thank you for being part of our community. And until next time, keep shining and empowering everybody else. Together we rise. Thank you.